We're finally talking about it, you all. This is the highly coveted, highly talked about, loved and adored fragrance from the house of Xerjoff, and this is Xerjoff La Capitale. I have some thoughts about this one, so yes, you know what that means. It is dedicated review time. Let's get on into it. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Lisa and Maria here. Yes, we're doing the dedicated fragrance review to Xerjoff La Capitale. Now, this is a fragrance that gets a lot of love, particularly from us ladies here in the fragrance community, and there's a reason for that. But before we get into it, as always, when it comes to dedicated fragrance reviews, I rate fragrances by 4 categories. The first category is mood, and that is simply, how does this fragrance make me feel? When do I see myself wearing it? Time of year, event, location. We talk about it there. Second category is strength, and that's on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being this ain't nothing but water and a pretty bottle, to 10 being nuclear powerhouse juice that I'm gonna have to scrub in order to get it off. Third category is longevity, and that is how many hours long lasting is this fragrance. And then the fourth and final category, which is kind of sort of important for some people, especially when we get into niche territory, and that is this a compliment getting fragrance? And that is yes or no. So now you know how we do things, and yeah, let's get into the normal spiel. Lipstick of the day today, everyone. I'm feeling burgundy, so yes, burgundy, maroon, deep red. That's what we're gonna go with, and this is MAC Diva. Definitely check that out. This is an oldie but goodie. As always, everything on my face will be in the description box below, as well as the fragrance, what have you. Yes, we'll talk about it all down there in the description box. Next up, we have fragrance of the day, which of course is always the belle of the ball, and that is this beauty right here, Xerjoff La Capitale, you all. So as always, when it comes to dedicated reviews, we do some specs, we show packaging, we do the full works with this scent. Fun backstory with this fragrance. I was not expecting to get into this fragrance. This fragrance found me. So what do I mean by that? I actually got sent a sample of this fragrance not once but twice, and that's how we got here. So first I was sent a sample of it from one of my lovely elves here. So here's my decant. This was sent to me springtime 2023, so late March, early April. So yeah, so this was one that I was like, oh, okay. Because, you know, as you all know, elves do send me things. They're like, hey, check this out. I want to get your nose on it, which I do appreciate. Feel free to always do that. La Capitale, this one was on my radar. I was like, cool, smelled it. And then another time, in another order, I got an official sample of Xerjoff La Capitale, as you can see right here. So I have it right there. So this was a fragrance that showed up on my doorstep. That's what I mean by that. History again, got a sample of it back in March, April, springtime 2023, and then fast forward to July 2023, I got a full-size bottle of it, and here is the full-size bottle. Mine was kindly gifted to me, sent to me from Twisted Lily, which you all know we love Twisted Lily here on the channel. I talk about them regularly here, and that's where I get a lot of my samples from too. So yes, their information will be in the description box below as always. So here is the box. So as you can see with Xerjoff, there's always a lot of layers of packaging. So yeah, we're not done. There's more. Then you also get that box out. And then this is what the actual box looks like. It's like a leather case for it. And inside of the case, your fragrance will sit in there like that. That's how that normally looks. So exquisite packaging. Because of the packaging is so immaculate, that's why it gets its own segment in this type of review. Xerjoff gets it right, that's for sure. So further specs on this fragrance. This is not a new release. This fragrance came out in 2018, although the way it is talked about right now, even in 2024, you would think it just came out. So that says something about this scent. Again, released in 2018. This fragrance is a part of the Spotlight collection. If you know anything about Xerjoff, they have a ton of fragrances, and they also have a bunch of mini collections. So also within the Spotlight collection is another fragrance that is a favorite of mine, and I have it right here too, is this beauty right here. Starlight is also part of the Spotlight collection, and we'll talk about you at a later date because you deserve your own review. So yeah, I just want to mention that right there. The fact that I have full-size bottles of both is that's a hint to say that about how I feel about them. So the thing about La Capitale as well, you all, is that it only comes in one size, and that size is this right here, the 50 ml size. This is the iconic style and look of most Xerjoff fragrances. So 50 ml size, and then you all, the price of this fragrance retail is $275, which within Xerjoff I've noticed, depending on the collection and whatnot, some have different pricing. Usually in the 200s, that's what I've normally noticed. You can catch them on sale, can get a discount, what have you from there, but I always like to give you all the retail fragrance price so y'all know what to expect. So again, that is $275 American dollars. So now let's talk about the notes of this fragrance. We have key notes, you all. This is supposed to be a sweet and powdery temptation of a scent according to Xerjoff. So we have notes of strawberry, peach, labdanum, and caramel. Do we have notes of rose, amber, leather, Iranian saffron, and ginger. And then we have oud, benzoin, and vanilla bourbon. So honestly, it's the notes for this scent why I think a lot of people get excited about it, and why a lot of people are often blind about this scent, because I've seen that too. Because for me, the standout and the breakdown just on paper is the strawberry, the peach, and the caramel notes. And then I'm always a sucker for a saffron note, so gotta be fair about that. So there's a lot of notes in here that I tend to like in general, so I was like, cool. But again, I smelled this before I even knew the note breakdown, and even then in my previous reviews, I told you, I'm like, ooh, this could be full bottle worthy, and it happened. So I'm going to refresh my nose with this scent. So here's my handy dandy scent strip. Y'all know how I like to do it. Like I said, I've had this fragrance again for several months at this point, almost a year. So yeah, I got my thoughts, I got my opinions, but let me tell you how I really feel about this scent. So with this fragrance, absolutely to me, I get peach more than anything. I do get the caramel in the scent. That leather note is in the middle for sure. So it's like a fruity, leathery scent, which again, that is normally, that does not happen. Normally leather fragrances are on this side, fruity scents are on this side. But hey, this is niche world, also Xerjoff. So they said, let's just blend it all together. And that's what they did. So yes, this is a fruit and leather bomb is what this is. And I'm like, okay, I'm intrigued by that because I don't have this scent pairing, scent blend in any of my other fragrances. So kudos for the unique factor in that regard. It's starting to get sweeter the more it dries down. It does not take long. So y'all, as always, let's get into the rating system of how I do these here dedicated reviews. So the mood of La Capitale, you all. Absolutely, this is, I'm feeling sexy. I'm feeling sexy and I'm going out. So for sure, this is a date night scent. In fact, I recently wore it as a date night scent. It was a Friday night, hit up when I went out to celebrate, got drinks and things. So yeah, it definitely fits the bill for that. And I've worn it to other events, more so evening going out events. So yeah, it's like a trend that happens with this one. And then the fact that I've had decants of it is why it has also made trips and whatnot, because it's easy to throw in the purse. So mood of this is going out, it's a good time. Now at first I was willing to say that this was like a cold weather going out scent because it's a fruity scent with a leather note, but I don't find the leather to be overbearing. So for that reason, I can wear La Capitale year round, and because I've had it for so long, I can confidently say that. I don't feel like I have to put it up or it's gonna be too much or whatnot, because I've worn it on hot days and I've also worn it on cold days and it still was good. So yeah, it's a year-round sexy date night scent is what it is. Strength of this fragrance, you all. Strength, interesting enough, and this is why it pays to look up and do your research, because this is on a softer, more of a cloud of sweetness type of scent. So the strength of this fragrance is a 6. Because at first I was like, why is this? I would expect this fragrance to be louder, especially when I see it has like oud and of course leather and things in it and vanilla bourbon and all that. But no, it's more of a softer fragrance to me. So it's a 6 where like I do smell it, I don't have to look for it, but it's not knocking me off my feet. It doesn't enter the room before I do. It's not the type of scent, but it's still sweet. It still has the effect. So it's slightly above average. That's the best way to put that. Now the longevity of this fragrance. This is what I have been wrestling with and trying to figure out for so long. And that's what's taking me so long to do this dedicated review, because it's like, this is a fragrance, again, it wears softer, but at the same time, I can still smell it. So the longevity I have finally been able to determine, you all, is about 5 hours of this scent. So it's not the worst, but it's also not the best. So it's like slightly right there in that moderate area, because it's a powdery sweetness. And if you know anything about with powdery scents, they can kind of do a disappearing act on you. One moment you think they're gone, and then next thing you know, you get a waft of it and you're like, oh, it's still here. So that's why I was like, let me figure this out before I do the video. And here we are. So yes, I can confidently now say it's 5 hours of a longevity. Now, last category for this scent, is this a compliment getting fragrance? And let me tell you something, y'all. La Capitale right here. This is a massive compliment getter, period. It is. This is an easy reach of a scent for that reason. This is one of those scents that you're like, what's gonna do what it needs to do? Where I still want to smell niche, but at the same time, I also would still want to smell like appealing to the crowd, to the masses at the same time. And in my opinion, that is why Xerjoff La Capitale is so loved and so hyped. For that reason, because it's the best of both worlds. It's niche, but it's also mass appealing at the same time. So I don't know how they did it, but it works. And on me, this is absolutely a massive compliment getter. Main things I always get is, ooh, you smell sweet. You smell really sweet, but it's not in a way where it's overbearing. It's in a way of like, you should put more of it on. In fact, that's what I was told recently. I should put more of it on by one of my friends. So I was like, okay. Cause I was like trying not to like bathe in it. She was like, no, you need to wear more of that. That one smells really, really good. So I was like, okay, fine. So yes, absolutely Xerjoff La Capitale. Yes, massive compliment getter. And as I've continued to wear this scent more and more, I've come to love it even more and more. So yes, this scent is a love, not a like. Let me say that. Because what I like about this scent is that, yes, it is sweet. This is grown woman sweet, y'all. It's not juvenile sweet. Because it's still the caramel in there. I think it's the caramel that hugs the skin the more you wear it, in my opinion. But it's fruity sweetness. Like, this is for my people that want to wear the fruity sweet scents, but you don't want to feel like you're 12 years old. You still want to feel like, you know, good and grown here, you know, pay my own bills. I got my own situation. I do what I want to do. I travel. I live a life. This is for that person, in my opinion. So this is for the girls that wore the fruity scents when they were younger, but now you want something more elevated, more grown, and more niche. This is for you. So yes, Xerjoff La Capitale. Highly recommend. This is amazing. This is one that I do still recommend sampling. I'm not gonna say blind buy it because of the fact that leather note in there, and there is oud in here, even though I don't get as much of the oud, but that leather note is there. And I know sometimes for a lot of ladies, leather can pull masculine for them. So I'm gonna say that too. But for me, this scent is feminine, and I just wanna put that out there. So let me know your thoughts as well on Xerjoff La Capitale. Do you love this scent? Do you have this scent? Is it on your wish list? Talk to me. Let me know how we feel about it. Is it worth the hype? Is it overhyped, underhyped? Let's talk about it. But as always, I will catch y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.